I thought knowledge is power. Sharing is very, very powerful. And when I can share my own piece of life and put myself on what I did during those times for me to heal, it can also help you. So when if you're someone who are lost and invisible and feeling questioning about your own worth, when things have been removed and when spiritual awakening did happen to me, and what I comprehend from my experience about this particular element is that um, why Ma takes away what is dear to us is because whether we succeed or not, whether the world claps for us or not, whether the world be with us or walk away from us, our worth is untouched. It's not your job, status, role, your family, the parties you hold, the status you hold, or the connections you have, or the productivity with which you work, the visibility you have, the influential person that you are. All of this is not what defines you. What defines you is that you are the child of Divine Mother, and that's enough. We don't need to have any more badges. So just whatever you have or not, just surrender that whatever is being given. Sanagata Dinartha is the most beautiful spaces. So there is no me. The ego have to crumble. Because especially for spiritual beings, even you have to pick up certain things, that me, mine, that ahankara, pride, that attachment towards success or certain things, to show, to fame, to power, to something you crave very deeply. All of that might have a reason, and that may not be coming from a good spaces. So Ma wants to dismantle it. So you don't necessarily tag yourself or attach yourself with any of this. Imagine if all of this is pulled away from you. Now that it has been, what are you left with? That's your self-worth. And that's where you need to feel pride about yourself rather than what you own or what you not. I thought knowledge is power. Sharing is very, very powerful. And when I can share my own piece of life and put myself on what I did during those times for me to heal, it can also help you. So if you're someone who are lost and invisible and feeling questioning about your own worth, when things have been removed and when spiritual awakening did happen to me, and what I comprehend from my experience about this particular element is that um, why Ma takes away what is dear to us is because whether we succeed or not, whether the world claps for us or not, whether the world be with us or walk away from us, our worth is untouched. It's not your job, status, role, your family, the parties you hold, the status you hold, or the connections you have, or the productivity with which you work, the visibility you have, the influential person that you are. All of this is not what defines you. What defines you is that you are the child of Divine Mother, and that's enough. We don't need to have any more badges. So just whatever you have or not, just surrender that whatever is being given. Sanagata Dinartha is the most beautiful spaces. So there is no me. The ego have to crumble. Because especially for spiritual beings, even you have to pick up certain things, that me, mine, that ahankara, pride, that attachment towards success or certain things, to show, to fame, to power, to something you crave very deeply. All of that might have a reason, and that may not be coming from a good spaces. So Ma wants to dismantle it. So you don't necessarily tag yourself or attach yourself with any of this. Imagine if all of this is pulled away from you. Now that it has been, what are you left with? That's your self-worth. And that's where you need to feel pride about yourself rather than what you own or what you not. I thought knowledge is power. Sharing is very, very powerful. And when I can share my own piece of life and put myself on what I did during those times for me to gain, it can also help you. So when if you are someone who are lost and invisible and feeling questioning about your own worth, when things have been removed and when spiritual awakening did happen to me, and what I comprehend from my experience about this particular element is that um why Ma takes away what is dear to us is because whether we succeed or not, whether the world claps for us or not, whether the world be with us or walk away from us, our worth is untouched. It's not your job, status, role, your family, the parties you hold, the status you hold, or the connections you have, or the productivity with which you work, the visibility you have, the influential person that you are. All of this is not what defines you. So what is she trying to say when you say all this is stripped away and what is remaining is your worth? Is you strip off your mask that who you would define yourself. I am dash a job, professional, a teacher, a entrepreneur, healer, or a psychologist, a counselor, or a giver, or a social charity person, an investor, or a debtor, whatever that you give as a definition, and you strip off all those wounds that you carry for yourself, whom you attach to yourself. I'm a failure, I'm a successful person, I'm a loss, I'm a I'm somebody who is not valued, I'm somebody who is shamed, I'm somebody who's guilty, I'm somebody who's not understood well, I'm somebody who is not valued enough, I'm not somebody who's important. Whatever is that wounds that you hold to yourself, and you want to strip off that. And then what is left? That's not your mask that you hold for yourself to define who you are, neither the wounds. Just you. You who is breathing, soft, sacred, alive. That is you. And it's not a reward, but it's your original state. Just nothing. You, your breath, your divine. You don't have any wounds to tag yourself to define you. Neither you have any roles or any kind of social norms to define you, to give a name for what your existence. It need not be earned. It's only to be felt. How do you feel it? In silence, when you do your dhyana or meditation. And when you hear that divine guidance, that when you say, Amma, what do I feel proud about myself? I have nothing. And Ma says, you are everything. I have with you. What more do you need? No, it's a feeling. That's what I'm saying. It's not having, it's not doing, it's feeling. And then the second thing is when we always want to give to people, there are a lot of times when we want to give. And we want to give without shame, without feeling guilty about asking. We have to say no, we feel guilty. When someone looks at us, we feel shame. When you have to not be the path that we want to, when others say something and we don't want to hear to them, we feel guilty. When there are difference of opinions, we feel feared and scared. All of these are the wounds, right? Why do we go through these emotions? Because we do have fear that, say for example, if I am feeling shameful, I feel I should have done something or I'm doing something which I shouldn't be doing. So now can you embrace that you which don't have to feel shameful for your existence, or don't have to feel guilty for not being able to do certain things, or prioritizing yourself, or be okay with what you have, not comparing yourself with others, or receive. Some people are okay to give money, give love, give everything, but receiving is super problem for them. They don't receive support, they don't receive money, fair pay. They're not okay to receive any kind of support from anyone. Can you start being open to receive, not just to give, but to receive love, receive comfort, receive grace, receive money, receive support, being okay with saying no, knowing that divine is behind you. Because sometimes our karmic lessons are aligned with, re- you know, uh, fixing these wounds, which make us feel guilty or feel shameful or fearful or angry or upset about certain experiences in life. So when we know that the divine is behind us, can we take that leap of faith on her and be okay with that experience that you're going through now instead of avoiding or trying to do everything to avoid that situation? Like I have an enemy or have some problem with my boss. Instead of speaking out my reality, I suppress. But maybe sometimes your uh, unlocking key is to express. So can you take that courageous moment to express yourself, your thoughts and your views instead of getting suppressed? Similarly, sometimes it can be more about trusting that divine and taking that leap of faith when you get so scared to take a step forward. So it's like that. So that's something which you may want to think in this journey of spiritual awakening. And then the next part is, how do you feel old when things are being robbed from you or some things are not working the way it's supposed to work? You need to have this unshattered, unshattered faith on divine that and truly understand that this is a phase. I'm learning. It's a journey. And since divine has given me to put me into this situation, she's or he is also going to uplift me. I don't have to pull my head or get stressed about how am I going to deal with the aftermath. And if I had to handle that aftermath, perhaps there is my unlocking key there too. So just surrender. Saranagata Dinartha is the best state, I'm telling. So the moment you surrender and allow your sadhana to be ongoing continuously, you don't have to deity hop. You just hold one deity in your arms and just go on and on praying. I really am not a champion of um, deity hopping or day hopping for deities because you don't. I've seen many lives where people did sadhana for one deity and the time when it's gonna reap into benefit, they stop and they hop to someone else. So they have a lot of kitty of good karma deeds because of bestowing on different gods. But no god is taking that step because there's some portion which is needed for them to get to that level, and then he stopped or he or she stopped uh, bestowing upon that deity because someone said you may want to go to the other deity. So, and the special days or Hinduism is filled with special days. There's no point in hopping or with your limited time. If you have a lot of time, it's up to you. But if you are somebody who's busy professional, hold on to that faith and don't go by the external knobs that you have to do this only or to get to this only through guru initiation. What is who is stopping us from bestowing to God? And if you look at paramparas of divine gurus, they also at some point have started on their own. I've done a video also on it with proofs. So please don't get into this regressive mindsets of people. Be progressive, who can embrace your divinity with open arms, knowing and trusting that divine will never ever fail you. Divine will never ever put you into pain. It's just these middle people to have their own supremacy have built these structures. Please understand it. I'm not rebelling anything. Just being open about it. Which is, if anything is stopping you from reaching out to your divine, I would call that as an obstacle, which is not created by divine. Definitely not. As someone who have conversations with divine on a day-to-day basis, I can definitely affirm that it's not. Please go ahead, think Shiva as your Lord, Shiva as your Guru, Adi Guru, Dakshinamurti as your Adi Guru. Go ahead and start doing. If you have any concerns, write back to me or people whom you think are okay to give you those answers and keep going on that journey without leaving and with lot of love. She will pull you down. Whenever you feel down, you can talk to yourself saying, I'm worthy, even when I have nothing to show to anyone. I'm really worthy. Keep repeating it. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. And I allow myself to receive without guilt or shame. I allow myself to feel without feeling, saying no, without feeling fear or anxious. I'm okay to let go of things that are not serving me. I'm let going of the karma that is holding me back, which is showing up as struck energies in these spaces. I'm I'm actually whole. I'm not broken. So I can say, since affirmations can't be saying a negative sense, you can say I'm whole, and I'm rebuilt. I'm rebuilding my life. Yeah, and for yourself, I'm not left behind. So I can say I'm moving forward. You feel I'm left behind, but all my people are, their time has not come. Simple. You're very privileged that your time has come so early. So it's good. You can have extended amount of time with your divine, which can really, really transform your life and put you into the life of liberation and salvation. And nothing defines you, neither your looks or appearance or status or your debts or your success. What defines you is your level of surrenderance. How much you can surrender to your divine, how much let surrendering can be done with a lot of ease and grace, and let the divine guidance walk your path, guide you, lead you. And you can always say, I am worthy. That's all. I'm not adding anything more or less. 100% believe that you are never broken. You are not ignored or punished by God. And you do your sadhana. You do your working on your karma, that know that your Maya has come down. Ma will definitely show you what actions you might want to take for you to get to the next level of evolution. Take those steps. Know that when you fall back, Ma will be there with open arms holding you. So take that leap of faith. Do a trust fall on things that you really resist doing. And build your identity that's the real you, who can shine bright like a diamond any day, anytime. I will leave you with this one thought. Are you a star or a planet? All the while we thought we are planets who are shining bright on a night sky with lot of illumination and stuff. But we oftentimes forget that planets do take energy from sun to illuminate for themselves, as against stars who are self-reinvigorating. So what is the process Ma is trying to do is to dissolve that identity that you have attached to yourself, that I am being a planet and I need someone to hold me, someone to care me, someone to stand by me, to be me. Like how a planet always depends on sun to shine bright on a night sky. Similarly, a star, it's self-regulating. So what Ma wants to do in this process of transformation is to move yourself from the false identity of being a planet and embrace your true self, that you are a star, which do have its power to have its own nuclear stuff happening, so you can shine bright. And what's the combustion that you're using is divine light. So fill yourself with so much of divine light that you shine bright and glow the night sky, instead of thinking you are nobody if these things are not around you, who are your external aids. So the divine light in you is enough for you to shine bright. That's the transformative path she has put into. So enjoy the journey, and whenever you have certain questions or queries, just don't think you're alone on this path. I'm always there to support you. And if you like this content, please do like, subscribe, comment, so that we do get visibility and get to support each other. Then my mission is to reach many people, not to suffer in silence. So let's all hold each other, guide each other, and walk the path of divine. Namaste.